Hey guys, this is Ishita and you're watching the explanation of Merchant of Venice, and in this video I'm going to do Act 4, which is a very important part of this play, or you can say it's like a climax of this play. So let's start. Okay, the scene first of Act 4 begins in Venice, a court of justice. Now we are in a court of justice, and if you know the previous story, that you know that Shylock has now Antonio has lost all his money, and Shylock is going to demand his penalty, that is a pound of flesh, from Antonio. So here we are in a court of justice, and in the scene we have a duke, Magnificos. Magnificos are important people, other people of the court, Antonio, Bassanio, Gratiano, Salerio, and others. So first of all, we see that the duke is feeling sorry for Antonio for the situation Antonio is in. And whereas Antonio has accepted his situation, he's not grieving, he's not angry, he's not feeling anything. He has a pure acceptance of the situation that this is going to happen and there's no denying it. Nothing can help him now, not even the law of Venice. So he's accepted his situation, and then the Shylock enters in the court. Right now there was a conversation between Duke and Antonio. Now Shylock has entered the court. Now Duke is telling to Shylock. Now Duke is talking to Shylock, and he says to Shylock that you should show mercy to Antonio, because mercy is a very important thing, and you know his situation, you know how burdened he is with his losses, and in a situation which he is, any person can show him mercy, why not you? So please show mercy to him, show gentleness, show kindness, the basic traits of human. Please show gentleness to Antonio. And here he is saying this by different examples, by various ways he's trying to tell this. He even says that the Turks and the Tartars, who are very famous for cruelty, we can accept mercy from them also. So being a Jew, please have kindness and show mercy to Antonio. To this, Shylock says that I have sworn on Sabbath. Sabbath is a day of worship, and I have sworn by that I shall have my bond. And if you are going to deny me, then it is like a kalank on your act, on your law, on your freedom of your city, on your powers. So then don't deny me the justice. This is justice. I shall have my bond. He's saying this. And then he's telling that if you're asking me that why do I demand a pound of flesh, then simple as that, I'll not answer that. He says I'm not going to answer that question. You can say it's my humor. It's just my choice. It's just what I think. Or what if, then he giving various examples. He says, what if there is a rat in your house and you give thousands of ducats to remove that rat from your house? Now are you answered? Now in this he is symbolizing that Antonio is like a rat in his life, and if he has to pay to lose 3,000 ducats to take a pound of flesh to remove Antonio from his life, he shall do that. Then he says that some men don't like to eat pork, and then he says, and some men they are mad if they behold a cat, and some people don't like cats. And then he says some hate the noise of the bagpiper, the instrument bagpiper. Some people hate its noise. So basically he's saying for affection, mistress of passion. Now affection is the mistress of passion. Now passion is governed by affection, and it depends on your affection whether you like something or you don't like something or you hate something. So there is no proper reason as to why a person hates pork, why a person hates a cat, why a person hates the noise of bagpiper. As to offend himself being offended, I have no reason. You can be offended, I can be offended, but I have no reason, no proper reason to give you, and I will not give a reason to you that why I demand a pound of flesh. You can merely say that it's my hatred towards Antonio that drives me to do this. And he also says that I'm pursuing a losing suit against Antonio. I have lost 3,000 ducats and this pound of flesh shall not do any good. So this is basically a losing suit, but because of my hatred, I'm going to pursue this suit. Bassanio says that this is no excuse for the cruelty you are showing, Shylock. And then Shylock says that he's not bound to please anyone with his answers. So there's a conversation between Shylock and Bassanio, and then Antonio enters and says that stop arguing. He's basically requesting Bassanio to stop arguing with Shylock, because he says that you can stand on a beach and control the flood. You can ask the waves to lower their height. You can ask the pines present in the mountain, the pine trees in the mountain, to stop moving from the wind, to stop making noise. You can do anything that is hard, but you cannot soften this man's heart, because Jew's heart is the most hard thing of them all. So stop with making offers, making requests, and let me have my judgment and the Jew his will. Let the Jew do what he wants to do. And Bassanio also offers Shylock to that he will pay 6,000 ducats, he'll double the amount. But Shylock says, even if you make 6 parts of the ducat in 6,000 ducats, I shall not have 1 ducat. I am not taking any money, I only want my bond. Then Duke says that how can you hope for mercy when you render none? It means that how can you demand mercy when you are giving no mercy to anyone? Then Shylock answers the Duke. And what am I doing wrong? Shylock says that I am doing nothing wrong. He says that, for example, you have many purchased slaves. You have many slaves of yours who hard work, like your horses, your dogs, your mules. They do work like them. And you have bought them, you have given a certain price and you have bought that to you. If I say about your slaves that you free them, उनको आज़ाद कर दो, you marry them to your heirs, उनकी अपने बच्चों से शादी करा दो, and you why do you make them sweat under your burden? Yani, why do you give them such hard tasks to perform? You should make their beds as soft as your own beds. So you will own and give them proper meat to eat. You will answer to me that there are your slaves and you have paid a proper price to buy them. So is my answer. I have paid proper amount and I have bought this portion of his flesh and it is rightfully mine and I shall have it. And if you're not going to deliver a proper judgment to me, then shame on your law. And the Duke then says that he has the right to dismiss the court until and unless the lawyer for whom he has sent, Dr. Bellerio we are talking here. So if Dr. Bellerio does not come to the court today, he has the right to cancel the court, to dismiss the court today. So he asks whether Bellerio has come or not. Salerio replies that there is a messenger from Padua and he has a letter. Duke asks him to bring the messenger and the letter. Then Bassanio is telling Antonio that don't fear, Antonio. I shall give my life for you before you drop a single blood for my sake. Then Antonio tells Bassanio that I am a tented wether of the flock and I am the weak person of the flock, like from the flock of sheep, I am the most weak sheep who has more chances to die, to meet death. And he also compares himself to the weakest fruit that falls earliest to the ground. So he says, I'm weak enough and it's fine if I die. But you have to live and you have to write my epitaph. Epitaph is like an obituary. So you have to write my epitaph and so you shall live and I don't mind if I die. So he's very sacrificing person. And then we see that there is an entry of Nerissa. Now Nerissa enters dressed as a lawyer's clerk. Now Nerissa is disguised as a boy and has come as a lawyer's clerk, and she delivers the letter of Bellerio to the Duke, and while Bassanio, Shylock and Gratiano are having a dialogue, Bassanio is saying that why are you sharpening your knife so earnestly? To which Shylock says to cut the pound of flesh from that bankrupt over there. Bankrupt is Antonio. Gratiano then says an important line, not on thy soul but on thy soul. Now you're not sharpening the knife on the material on which you're sharpening it on your soul, and whatever injustice you're doing, it shall stay with you and you will have to pay for it later on. He also says that no metal is as sharp, not even the hangman's axe, the person who hangs other people, his axe is not as sharp as your envy is. And then the Shylock says, none that has wit enough to make. Then Gratiano also asked him, can no prayers pierce thee? Can nothing convince you? Shylock says, nothing you say can convince me now. Then Gratiano gets angry, and then he says that I now believe in the Pythagoras, the theory that Pythagoras gave, that the souls of animal infuse themselves, transfer themselves in the bodies of human. And then he says that Shylock, you have the soul of that wolf which was hanged for human slaughter, and his soul has been infused in you, and that is why your desires are so wolfish, bloody, starving, hungry, and ravenous, fearful, wild. That is why your desires are like this. You are like a wolf. And then Shylock says that don't bother to scream so loudly at me, because I am not going to change anything. I'll have my bond. Then Duke reads the letter. This letter from Bellerio commands a young learned doctor to our court. Now the Duke knows that after reading the letter that there is going to be a young doctor present instead of Bellerio. Now Duke asks, where is the doctor which is mentioned in the letter? So Nerissa says that he is waiting outside court for your permission. If you grant him the permission, then he'll enter. Duke welcomes the doctor, and while the clerk, now Nerissa starts reading the letter. In the letter it's written that Bellerio is sick, that is why he cannot come to court, but when he received the letter, there was a young doctor from Rome present here, and who willingly agreed to come in place of Bellerio to the court of Venice. And he also says that, and the doctor's name is Balthazar, and he also says that Balthazar and Bellerio, they have searched and researched on the case properly, and the Balthazar should not be mistaken for his young age, because he is very wise in his practice. He is very wise as a person. So he requests the Duke, Bellerio requests the Duke that in his place, in Bellerio's place, Balthazar, a young doctor from Rome, shall be accepted. Now we know that Balthazar is Portia, dressed as Balthazar. Now doctor here is not for a medical doctor. Doctor here is for doctor of law, that is a lawyer. Now both of them are lawyer, Bellerio and Balthazar. So now we know the letter. The Duke now calls upon the lawyer, that is Balthazar. Now Balthazar, that is Portia disguised as a lawyer, enters. And then he asks him that have you come from Bellerio? He agrees. Now Duke asks Portia that do you know the facts of the case? Portia agrees that she properly knows the facts, but who is the merchant and who is the Jew? The both of them stand forward, and then she tells the Jew that it is a very strange case that you are pursuing against Antonio. But still the law of Venice cannot cancel such bonds, so that is why you shall have your judgment. And then after then she confirms from Antonio that, did you sign a bond with this person? Antonio agrees. And then Portia says, then the Jew must be merciful. Now Portia is telling the Jew that he should be merciful. Like everybody is trying to convince Shylock that he should show mercy on Antonio. Now Shylock asks Portia, why should he show mercy? What is the compulsion for which he should show mercy to Antonio? Now here, Portia, disguised as lawyer Balthazar, now she gives the quality of mercy. Now she is telling why mercy should be shown. She first of all says that mercy is like a pure drop of rain, and who blesses both persons, two persons. The person who gives mercy is also blessed, and the person to whom mercy is given is also blessed. Then she says the mercy is the mightiest in the mightiest. It is the most strong thing in the world, mercy. And she also says that mercy is even more powerful than the scepter of the king. And then she also says that mercy is the attribute of God himself. Mercy is the value that God himself practices. And if a person follows mercy on earth, it's like an act of God. And then she requests him that is why you should show mercy to Antonio, so that we can all have salvation. Salvation is like कि हम सबको मुक्ति मिल सके, तो इसलिए हम सबको मर्सी की प्रैक्टिस करनी चाहिए. अगर हम खुद चाहते हैं कि हमें मर्सी दी जाए, तो हमें भी लोगों को मर्सी देनी चाहिए. Shylock says, my deed upon my head. तुम्हारी मर्सी, तुम्हारे कर्म सब मेरा सर. मुझे कुछ नहीं करना. I just want my bond. So, Portia then asks Shylock that isn't Antonio able to furnish the amount? Isn't he able to pay the money? To which Bassanio says, yeah, you can take the money. You take 6,000 ducats. You can even take 10,000 ducats if you want. Just cancel the bond. And he also requests Portia that please save them from the cruelty of this Shylock. And he also says कि ज़्यादा अच्छा करने के लिए तुम थोड़ा सा गलत करो और हमें बचा लो इससे. To which Portia says, it cannot be done, nothing can be done. According to the law of Venice, this bond cannot be cancelled unless the Jew himself wants to cancel the bond. Now Shylock is impressed by this Portia and he starts praising him. Portia then asks Shylock to let her have a look at the bond. And then Portia sees the bond and says that a pound of flesh can be cut by near the merchant's heart. That is what is written in the bond. Then she again at last requests Shylock, take thrice the money, but be merciful and tear the bond. Don't take the penalty, take thrice the amount that is being offered to you. Shylock says that I am not changing my opinion. I just want my bond, nothing else. And there is no power in the tongue of man to alter me. I stay here on my bond. He says that nothing that you people say, nothing that any man says can change my stand. I'll just have my bond. Then Antonio again says that he heartily requests the court to give him the judgment. Portia says then the judgment shall be given. And then Portia says that have full relation to penalty here. And Portia, okay, then she's just asking Antonio to prepare himself for the penalty to be taken. And then Portia asks Shylock that is the weight to measure the 1 pound of flesh present here? Shylock agrees. Then Portia asks, do you have a surgeon present at your cost? Shylock. To which Shylock says that what is the need for a surgeon? To which Portia says that if there is no surgeon, when you after taking the pound of flesh, Antonio shall bleed to death. So Shylock, he's a very evil person portrayed in this scene. He says, is this what is written in the bond? Portia says, no, this is not written in the bond, but out of humanity you should do this. Then Shylock again says, if it's not written in the bond, I shall do nothing. Then Portia asked Antonio, do you have anything to say? To which Antonio only says that I accept whatever is being happening to me, and fortune has been kind to me. Because normally when a person goes bankrupt, he sees proper poverty through his eyes, but I don't have such I don't have to bear this. I don't have to go through the poverty. Fortune has given me a chance to be free from this bankruptcy. And then he says to Bassanio that you should not grieve for me. You should not be sad that I am paying your debts. You should just be happy, and you tell your wife about me. Tell her the good deeds that I did, and then she can judge whether you were a true friend to me or not. And Bassanio then says that I love my wife more than my life, but your life is more important to me than my wife, my life, and everything else in the world. I should give everything away just to save you if I could. Portia then says that if your wife heard that, she would not be happy. And then Gratiano also says that I also love my wife, but if she were in heaven, agar wo heaven mein hoti, so I could ask her to give me the power to change this Jew. Then Nerissa also says that if it's good that you talk about your wife behind her back, because if she had heard what you are saying right now, she would not be happy. And then Shylock says, look at these Christian husbands. And my daughter also married a Christian. I would be more happy if she married a robber instead of a Christian. So, and then this part he's telling him, he's not saying it out loud in the court. He's just telling it to himself. And then he says, let's not waste the time. Let's just get it over with. Portia says, a pound of flesh from this merchant is yours. The court awards it and the law shall give it to you. And Shylock again praises Portia. And then when he starts going towards Antonio, Portia says, tarry. Tarry is wait. And now this is a very important part and very interesting part also. Portia says, wait a bit, what's the hurry? Then she says, you can have a pound of flesh, but this bond does give thee here no jot of blood. Now according to this bond, you have no right upon even a single drop of Antonio's blood. यानी उसके एक drop of blood पे भी तुम्हारा कोई भी right नहीं है, कोई अधिकार नहीं है. So without wasting a single drop of blood of Antonio, if you can have a pound of flesh from his body, you can have it. But if even a single drop of blood comes out of Antonio's body, your whole property shall be confiscated by the state of Venice. Now Shylock is shocked. He says, is this the law? Portia says, then you can see the act for yourself. This is the law. This is the justice that you demanded, and you shall have more justice than you deserve and you desire. Now Gratiano starts praising the Balthazar, that is Portia. Then Shylock changes his tone and he says, I'll take thrice the money and let the Christian go. Bassanio is ready to give the amount to Shylock, but Portia tells him to wait. Portia tells Shylock that he can have nothing but the penalty because he refused to take anything in this open court. Money was being offered to him, but he refused to take it. He only said he wanted a penalty. Now he shall have nothing but the penalty. Now Portia also says that, and you can have only 1 pound, exact 1 pound. Even if the scale, the weighing scale differs from a hair-like difference is also there in the weighing scale, then you shall die. As simple as that. Gratiano again praises Portia. Then Shylock says, give me my principal. Give me 3,000 ducats only and I'll let the Christian go. Bassanio is ready to give that amount also, but Portia says he has refused it in the open court and he shall not have anything else but the penalty. Then Shylock says that if that's what you want, then I shall leave the court and not have anything. Then Portia stops him. Wait, you cannot go so easily. The law that is the Venetian law, it says that if there is a direct or indirect attempt on the life of the citizen of Venice, the party against which there is the person who wants to kill the other citizen of Venice, the person who is trying to directly or indirectly harm the life of another Venice citizen, the person who is trying to kill the other person, his property, half property shall be given to the person whom he is trying to kill, and half of the property shall be given to Venice, the court of Venice. That is the state of Venice. And in which predicament I say that you have, and she says what by my opinion I think that you have tried to kill Antonio, and that is why this law shall apply to you. Now she also tells him that now you are at the mercy of Duke to spare your life. You can even be killed for this, and you have to demand mercy from the Duke to be spared. Gratiano again says that this Shylock deserves nothing but to be hanged. Duke then says that now you can see the difference between you and me. I give you your life before you even ask for it. I give mercy to you. Then for half thy wealth it is Antonio's, and half जो state के हिस्से में आने वाली है, I shall take merely a fees, fine. I'll only take, says that I'll only take the fine. Portia says that you can make the changes for the state's property, but Portia specifies to the Duke that he can only make changes for the state's property and not on behalf of Antonio's property. Then Shylock says that you take my life. Don't pardon me my life. You have taken all I have. You have taken the way by which I live. Don't spare me anything. Take my life also. Portia says, what mercy can you render him, Antonio? Now Portia asks Antonio what mercy he can give to Shylock. Now Antonio says that I request the Duke so he quit the fine, and on behalf of my property I am satisfied, and I say that upon his death this property that is my half shall be given to his daughter Jessica and his daughter's husband Lorenzo. And I don't want the property to myself, but I want that this property should be given to both of them after his death. Duke says that this shall be done, and Antonio also says that there are two more things that I want, that instantly you should be converted to Christianity, and you should sign the record, the gift deed immediately. The Duke agrees. Portia says, now are you happy, Jew? Shylock says that I am satisfied, thank you. Now Portia asks the clerk to make the deed. Shylock requests more like to take leave from the court right now because he is not feeling well, and he shall sign the deed at his home only. The Duke says you can go, but you have to sign the deed. You can sign it, but do sign it. Then the Duke invites Portia to dinner, to which Portia refuses as they have to reach Padua by night, so they'll have to start the journey right now. So they'll have to take the leave. Then Duke tells Antonio that you should properly pay respect to these gentlemen because it's to them you are more bound than you were to Shylock. Bassanio then praises them, and Antonio also thanks them. Bassanio thanks them. Portia says that I don't need anything because I am well paid. I found what I needed. I have delivered justice, and that's more than I can demand. Bassanio then convinces them that please take something like a souvenir so that you can remember us. Portia then says, if you are again and again saying that, I'll take the gloves of Antonio, I'll remember him by that, and I'll take your ring. Now she's talking about the ring the ring Portia gave him when he left Belmont, a ring that symbolizes their love. So she asks for that ring to test Bassanio. Now Bassanio says, this is such a trifle ring, this is such a small ring. I shall get you the most expensive ring. Portia says, I do not want anything else than this ring. Then Bassanio tells her the proper reason that his wife has told him specifically not to lose, to sell, or to give that ring to anyone. To which Portia says that you can so easily make offers. Offers तो तुम बहुत easily कर देते हो. But you first told me to beg. पहले तो beg करने के लिए convince किया. And now you have answered me. You have taught me how a beggar should be answered. Beggar को हम हमेशा मना कर देते हैं ना कुछ भी देने से. So that's what she's saying sarcastically. And she even says that if your wife is a prudent lady, she'll not object when you tell her that you have given the ring to a person who most deserved it, who most deserved the ring, who saved your friend. I don't think she would be angry anymore. But if you don't want to give it, it's fine. I shall take your leave now. She leaves. Antonio convinces Bassanio that Balthazar has done a lot for us, and that's why the ring should be given to Balthazar. Bassanio gives the ring to Gratiano and tells him to run after Balthazar and give him the ring and invite him to dinner also. And then Gratiano exits. Scene 2. Now in scene 2, the same place and a street, Portia tells Nerissa that you should now go to the Jew's house and sign the deed, make him sign the deed, and then we'll leave to Belmont. Gratiano enters and he gives the ring to Portia and tells Portia that the master Bassanio has invited them for dinner. Portia takes the ring thankfully, conveys her thanks, and then she says that she cannot attend dinner because they have to leave right now, and she requests him to show Nerissa, that is her clerk, to show Nerissa the way to Shylock's house so she can get the deed signed. And then Nerissa asks for a moment with Portia. I want to speak with you, Portia. Balthazar. So Nerissa asks Portia that I gave my husband a ring. Do you think I can get it from him? Portia says that I'm sure you can get it from him, and then we'll go back home, and when we meet them again, we'll take full fun in the situation and ask him how could they give our rings to another man. And when they know that it was us, they are going to get angry, but we are going to outswear them, we are going to outface them. We are more smart than them, so we can answer all their arguments. So we'll do that. So Nerissa, then she says that you do your duties fast, and then we'll leave for Belmont. And then Nerissa asks Gratiano to show her the way to the Shylock's house. So I know this was very long, but it was the most important scene of all, and you know now how Portia turned the whole game around. So she is a very smart lady indeed. So this is the most important part of the play, and I hope this video helped you. And if any further queries, thank you, and I'll be updating Act 5 shortly. So thank you so much. Stay subscribed.